Look for you today. I'm going to be focusing on a nice, healthy, glowy look. It's the doldrums of winter and I'm battling dry skin, and I'm sure some of you are too. So I've just pulled my hair back, and what I want to do is I want to make my face as dewy and healthy and glowy as I possibly can. And I think for my eye look, I'm going to do an all matte look. I kind of have in mind what I want to do, but to start with, I need to prime, and I'm going to use a moisturizing primer, the Coconut Skin Priming Filter or Smoothie Priming Moisturizer from First Aid Beauty. I just really personally love this because it moisturizes my skin. Of course, I'm using a new moisturizer. I'm trying it out. I'll let you guys, I've only used it like 3 or 4 times. That's not really enough for me to give you a full review yet, but I am trying a new one right now, and we're going to see how that does. But I'm just going to kind of put this in my driest areas, which actually is my T-zone. You know, of course my cheeks do get dry, but I've noticed peeling on my forehead and around my nose area. I mean, it's just so dry, and my lips have been really dry too, so I'm gonna put some chapstick on. But let's go ahead and get the primer on first, and then we'll start with the color correcting. So let me get some of this on, just some Burt's Bees Coconut and Pear Moisturizing. There we go, like that right there. Okay, so before we get started doing anything, I need to do some color correcting and that sort of thing. I need to try and even out my skin tone. Evening out your skin tone, there's a lot to be said for evening out your skin tone. So I'm gonna go ahead and go into, I'm using my Beauty Blender and my Urban Decay green, just like I normally would on any other time. And so I thought I got just a little bit of it on my clothes there for a second. So let's go in with the Beauty Blender and just kind of pounce this out. Anyway, that neutralizes it a good bit, as you can see. So it helped a lot. All right, one of my favorite tricks for when you're doing your makeup is to go ahead and put some sort of drops in your actual foundation. I like to use these that I got from BoxyCharm, but you can, you know, Cover FX has just come out with a whole new line full of glitter drops, and they have, you know, shimmer drops and things like that. There's all brands out there and different, you know, NYX has some. I just happen to have this one. It's Tim2 times BoxyCharm, and it just says Liquid Glow, and it's really pretty. It's got a kind of a rose gold hint to it, but it looks really good when you mix it in with your foundation. And today I'm going to be using the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow, which is also a dewier foundation. I didn't want to use anything that's super matte, because if you do, what you're going to end up doing is you're going to make yourself so matte, and then you're going to have to sit with powder, and you're going to take away your glow. So I'm just going to go in and I'm going to put some of this down on my little glass dish here. I should have washed my glass dish. I didn't. Now I do have fully clean brushes, but you can see I just put my foundation there. I'm going to shake this really good. That's what it says to do. And I'm just going to put a few drops of this in there. You don't have to put much. I mean, you know, just a little bit. But I'm going to use the end of a brush to mix that. You can see that I just put that right in the center. Can you see that? So I'm just going to use this, and I'm going to do a really good job of mixing this, because we don't need to get just nothing but glitter in one spot and foundation in another. But this really does a good job of enhancing the glow. So if you don't have, you know, anything like that, if you have a shimmering skin perfector like from Becca or anything like that that you can put on before your foundation, and just stay away this time of year, stay away from a full matte, then that'll also be, you know, a good way to, you know, achieve what you're looking for. I'm just going to kind of clean the tip of this off on my beauty blender. And then what I'm going to do is go ahead and go in with my beauty blender, and I'm not going to put much on there because I'm going to be working on my forehead first. And I really don't like to put a whole lot of makeup on my forehead because of the lines that I have due to age. But you can already see the glowy look that I'm getting. The light is hitting it. You can see the glow. It works really, really well. It's a great way to add glow and just that healthy, plump look that you're looking for. So now I'm going to go in just a little bit harder. I'm going to start working on the center of my face. You see the nice glowy finish that I'm getting there? That's what we're looking for. We're looking for that. So let me get the other side completed. The best thing to do when you do have wrinkles in your forehead or anything like that is just make sure that you are really careful about setting everything. Set it and try not to make any expressions with your face. Like, I mean, you know, mine right there, you can see I tend to raise my eyebrow when I talk. And so you need to try and refrain from any facial expressions until everything has been set. And I'm going to be setting my face a little different today than I normally do, but that is a nice full coverage right there. There we go. You can see the pink skin around my eyes. What a huge difference it is, but when we get through, it's going to look pretty good, I think. I think we'll be okay. All right, so I'm going to put that away for a minute. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and start working on my under eyes and that sort of thing, because I need to go ahead and finish my face before I start my eyes. So because I want to get everything set, I'm going to go back with my beauty blender and just kind of perfect right before I set. But let's go ahead and work on these under eyes. I normally don't do this until last, but I'm pretty confident with the colors that I'm going to be using today that I'll be okay. So yeah, we're just going to go with it like that. Now let me find my brush that I like to use. I think this is it. It is. This is a Sigma E55. It's just a little tough little shader brush. Let me get my mirror so I can see. I'm just going to kind of smooth this out just a little bit. Just enough that it keeps from wrinkling and settling in the lines when I go to put my concealer over it. Okay, now that that part is done, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with my concealer. I'm going to be using the Age Rewind eraser, and mine is in just brightener. I'm just going to use it because it seems to work pretty well for me. I like to just kind of dab it underneath. And I do come down into a point right there on just on the top of my cheekbone. Let me get some product up. Down into that point right there, right on top of the cheekbone, just to brighten it up. I'm going to brighten up right between my eyes here on my forehead, down my nose, and my chin. Just like that. That's all I'm going to do. Now I'm going to go back in with my beauty blender, and I'm going to start from the outside and work my way in to blend this up and down the side of my nose. Like that right there. I make the most horrible faces when I'm doing this. Okay, I'm just going to kind of just do that right there. And then let's get this center of the forehead. So we're not only putting some glow, but we're brightening It gives you an overall brightness, especially once it's been set. Okay. Everything's looking pretty good. Make sure you get around the nostril area. The worst thing ever is to get finished with your makeup and realize that you didn't get all the little creases and crevices. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and I'm going to set my face. Now I'm going to use my Laura Mercier to set under my eyes and anywhere that I use that concealer at. And then I'm going to use something different for my face than I normally do because I'm trying to go for a nice dewy look. I'm going to set this. I'm not baking this time. I'm actually setting. Going all the way up towards my temple. Just like that. Because I really do not want... I'm just going to go right here. Just to set those creases in my forehead a little bit. Down my nose. And of course, the other eye, and my chin. Now, if you want to set your smile lines right here because of your maturity, like me, then you can do that. It'll just keep your makeup from going into those areas. Now, what I'm going to be doing to give myself some glow back, because, you know, you've got to set anything like this. You really do need to set it. And because we're setting it with a translucent powder, it gives us, it takes away some of the glow that's on our face. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with my Laura Mercier highlighter in 01. I love this. It's great for setting your face all over when you want a nice glow. So I'm just going to go in with my Morphe powder brush. It's just a E3 face brush. I'm just going to swirl that around and I am going to set my face all over. And this is going to give that glow back into my skin. And it won't be quite as matte when we go to use our finishing powder, our finishing spray, sorry. Izzy at her bowl. Just like this. Just setting down, because if you don't, it's going to be a little bit sticky and it'll be more likely to either settle into fine lines or actually rub off either onto your clothes or just your hands or whatever. You really don't want to be touching your face once you get your makeup on, because you're just introducing, you know, whatever's on your hand back into your skin. You don't want to do that. It can cause acne and breakouts and things like that. But pretty much that right there will work, because we're going to use some other glowy products, and then when we go to set everything, what we're going to find is that we're going to get our glow back when we mist our face really good. So let me put that to the side. The next thing that I want to try is to go ahead and get busy on my eyes. So for my eye look, I've brought several things with me, but they're all Makeup Geek. I have my Makeup Geek palettes here, and I want to use my Makeup Geek shadows today to create a look. I'm going to go into my more neutral palette. This is the one where I keep most of my neutrals at. I'm going to go into a couple of these. Let me find just the right brush here. Let me see if I can even find what I might have done with my, here it is, my clean E40 from Sigma. Okay, the first thing I want to do, well, actually I need to go in and I'm going to use this Morphe E14. It's just like a fluffy shader brush. I'm going to go into this color. It's a matte and it's called Vanilla Bean. It's just this color right here. It's a nice flat, or matte, I should say, color for all over. I did not use an eye primer, and I probably should have. Oh well, too late now, right guys? That's okay. You guys will still get the look that I'm going for. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to set my E40 now, and I'm going to go into this color. It's Peach Smoothie right here, this one. That one right there. I'm going to go into Peach Smoothie, and I'm going to blow that out in my crease. I'm going to blow it out pretty good. I want it to, you know, I do want it to show up high. So I'm just going to, you know, above my crease just a little bit because of my hooded lids. But I want to go in with Peach Smoothie, and I do want it to be pretty blown out, so I'm not going to be terribly precise with it. But I am going to build it up. If you put too much all at once, you're going to get, you know, more fallout, and you're going to get less blending. So I'm just going to kind of tap it off and then go into right above my actual crease. I'm going to be putting some darker colors through there that are not quite as blown out. Peach Smoothie really is probably one of the best transition colors that you can use. Everybody talks about it. You know, the hype is real. It's a great, great color for warm looks. It really, really is. And, you know, it's a nice matte, warm, and it just is a great basis for pretty much any kind of look that you would want to do. I really, really love it. I hope that the lighting is better this time with this background. I did work hard to make sure that I got lots of light in front of me. I have a couple of lamps set up and that sort of thing so that I'm getting plenty of that going on. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in a little bit deeper. I'm just going to use the same brush. This color is called, let's see, where am I at? Here I am. Got to open up my other one. Now I'm going into this palette. I'm going to be using this matte shade called, I think it's, yeah, Cupcake. It's just this purple color right here. I'm going to use the same brush, and I'm just going to kind of go in there with that, knock it off, and I'm going to go in pretty much through my actual crease so that a little bit of the Peach Smoothie is still, you know, obvious above it because I'm doing a gradient. So yeah. Okay, lots of blending later. I'm going to go back into Peach Smoothie, and I'm just going to kind of reinforce that right above, just to bring a little bit of that orange back. Not all the way to my brow, but very close. I just am looking for that sunset look. And these two colors work really good together, especially with the dark color that I'm about to use. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with this really dark, color. It's, I thought that it was a matte, but it's actually a shimmer. It is the color Sensuous. You can see it's a very dark purple. I'm going to go in with a pretty precise brush. I would say it's a pretty precise brush. So let me go in with a pretty precise brush, and I'm going to use the Morphe E18. You can see it's like a little stubby brush, but I can get a lot of control with that. Let me go ahead while I'm thinking about it and just kind of dust away anything that might have been loose or have fallen to this point. Okay, I'm going to go into that color with my brush. Just kind of dance around in it just a little bit. Knock it off. And then what I'm going to do, let me grab my mirror. I'm going to go in and I'm going to do my outer corner with that. And then I'm going to bring it in to the crease. I'm really not going to do a whole lot to the lid. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. And you can see that I'm beginning to get that V shape there. It is a beautiful color, but it comes across, because there's not much shimmer in it. I mean, it's just a very, very, it's minutely shimmery. So it really works pretty good for what I'm looking for. I'm just going to keep working it and keep blending until I get it dark enough for my taste. Okay, now that I've gotten it as dark as I want, I'm going to go in with my original brush, and I'm just going to kind of blend that seam out, because you don't want there to be, you know, you want the gradient to be very nice and even. You don't really want like a huge discrepancy between. You see how nicely it moves from one to the other? That's what we're looking for. Okay, now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go in. I have this color here. It's called Cinderella. It's kind of a mauve, a pale, pale mauve. And it's got just a touch of shimmer in it. But I'm going to use that for my brow bone highlight with this little angled shader brush. I'm going to use that. And then I'm just going to go right underneath my brow. My poor brows. But that's really the only place I'm going to put anything shimmery as far as my eyes concerned, because that purple, it just doesn't translate as a shimmer. It translates matte, and pretty much I would say that the shimmers that are in it, they kind of fall away and disappear, that sort of thing. I like using this little angled brush because I can blend this color in with what I've got going on my lid already, and it seems to show up and blend really nicely. Okay, let me close these up before something happens to them because I don't want anything to happen to them. I'll come back in and I'll work on my lower lash line in a bit, but I just don't want anything to fall into my palette. That would be a nightmare. Okay, so let me go ahead and check for fallout. Okay, it is time to do my brows. If I can find where is my brow stuff? Ah, here we go. I'm still using the L'Oreal. You know, like I told you, I'm not a fan of it, but I have it and I'm going to use it. So, yeah, there's that. So let's go ahead and go in and work on these. Up at the front. This is my good brow, if that makes sense. I kind of comb through the hair backwards, because that way I can see better where the sparse areas are and then fill them in. And then I can go in with my spoolie and lay them down. And I don't like a strong brow on myself personally, never have. So you can see the difference there between the two. And I'm going to go in with my brow gel, which is the NYX Tinted Brow Mascara, and it is in brunette, so it darkens this one up. This is really more of a blonde pencil that I'm using, and you know, I do have a lot of blonde in my hair, but you know, not enough to just say that my brows are, you know, blonde. So yeah, this helps darken them up just a little bit, and it does help them make a little bit more of a statement. That is, if I don't get a clump in them like that. Okay. Now I have a clump right there that I want to kind of deal with. I'm just going to use my brush, my little brow brush. There. That's a little better. Kind of gets out any of the clumps that formed while I was putting it in. Still looks like I have it there, but it's just the way the hair is laying. Okay, now let's go into the lower lash line. This is the Morphe E36. It's a really good brush. I'm going to go in with the larger one, which is the E24. I'm going to go into that that purple that I was using earlier, and I'm just going to put that along the bottom lash line. And then I'm going to come in with the Peach Smoothie underneath that and kind of blend it out. But I do have to knock it off. So I'm not using any traditional eyeliner. I'm just using, you know, shadow on my lash line. It just defines the lash line just a little bit more than, you know, doing nothing. I prefer to use this sometimes because I'm less likely to, you know, get this into my eyes. And sometimes when I use stuff in my waterline, it irritates my eyes so bad throughout the rest of the day that it's just not worth it to me. So sometimes just a little bit of shadow underneath in a real precise way does the job. Now I'm going to switch over to the more precise brush, and I'm going to go into Peach Smoothie, and I'm going to go down just a little bit below where I was just at, just to warm that up just a little bit and bring it down some. Okay, and that's the only definition I'm really going to do for my eyes, because the focus here is the glowy, healthy skin that we're going to have once we get everything done. Okay, let me go ahead and just kind of dust away anything that might be there, because once you hit your face with setting spray, you're going to have problems. Okay, now let's work on our face. I need to decide what do I want to use to contour with? I think I'm just going to bronze up. I want to use my Sweetheart bronzer, the Sweet Tea bronzer from Too Faced. I'm just going to go in with my little double-ended hourglass brush. I'm just going to kind of go into, you know, both colors and start warming up my face just a bit. This is good because it'll also give off a glow, because it has a, you know, a glow of its own. And I just like to, I kind of do little back and forth, and then I also do small circles, you know, making sure that I'm going in an upward direction. Do a little bit around the hairline just to give ourselves some color back in our face. Okay, then I want to go to my blush. I had this blush already setting out, and I decided just to use it again. It's the Makeup Geek Covet that I got in a BoxyCharm, but I'm pretty sure you can still get it. But it's a really pretty sunset color. So I'm going to go in with the same brush. I'm just going to use the other end of it, and I'm just going to kind of go in. It's pretty strong, so you don't want to overdo it. Okay. I think that having some blush blended into that bronzer is a really pretty look. I just prefer it. And, you know, some people are not using blushes right now, but I like blush. And this one does have a little bit of a sheen to it. See, the whole idea behind getting a nice, glowy, healthy look is using products that do have a reflect in them. And I don't mean, you know, like a white flashback kind of thing. I mean stuff that has just a natural glow in it, so that when you go to set your face, all of those things just start working together and it gives you that overall look that you're looking for. And I didn't really want my eyes to be the focus this time. I wanted my face to be the focus this time because it's so dry and so miserable, and I just felt like we needed, you know, a day where we could fix our face and it be nice and glowy and healthy looking. Okay, so what I'm going to do, since I'm not doing any other eyeliner other than what I've got on right now, and I need to do mascara, and that's going to be it other than highlight. Let me do my highlight, then I'm going to do my mascara. I'm going to do my highlight, and I'm going to spray my face, and then I'm going to do my mascara. That way I don't have the same problem I had last time. My lashes are they're just too long. They just are too long, and, you know, I get that problem down there. So I'm just going to use this little Real Techniques brush that I really like in Champagne Pop, which is a wonderfully glowy, beautiful, beautiful highlighter. My favorite. I use it every single time. I'm sure you guys think, are you ever going to use anything different? Well, you know what? Probably not. I have put a dent in this baby. Izzy is beside me begging, of course. No, Izzy, babe, you're not going nowhere. You're not doing nothing right now. Let mommy finish. I'll be finished in a little bit. I've been out today. I had lots of things that I needed to do, and I also wanted to get this filmed while it was still daylight, because once it gets dark, my house is really dark, and so once it starts getting dark, you know, I need to hurry. I've got meal prepping to do. I don't even know what I'm going to eat tonight. I'm not sure. Probably chicken breast baked in the oven, that sort of thing. She's just right here beside me, guys. Okay, I'm going to come down my nose. Cupid's bow with just whatever's left over. Doesn't take much, okay? All right, now I'm going to go ahead and set my face. I'm going to use the Scandinavia finishing spray, and I'm just going to spray my face really good. Now what's going to happen, this is, I mean, like, you've got to set your face. A lot of people just don't do it, but that's when you start looking cakey and that sort of thing. It's so important to set your face. So set your face with some sort of mist. It can be Fix Plus, it can be this, you know, I mean, it can be Smashbox primer water. It can be anything that just takes down that powder and it kind of melts everything in. It's just like, looks good on the skin. So that's what this is going to do. You're supposed to shake these. Now mine is the bridal. You can get different ones. I chose this one because it's supposed to be, well, first of all, it's oil free, but secondly, you know, it's supposed to last a lot longer than some of their other formulas, which I think they're all really good personally, but that's just me. But let me set my face. Oh, it feels so good to get that on and know that everything's going to sit down and look so nice once it's dry. Okay, while it's drying, I'm going to go ahead and curl my lashes. Okay. Now, let's go in with my Clinique, let's see, lash doubling volume, mascara double volume. So let's go in with that and we'll see the difference pretty quickly. Just start at the root, wiggle and pull up. Root, wiggle and pull up. It helps my sparse lashes look much better than they normally would. Just like that, guys. See the difference? Don't you just love it? Okay guys, I have on my mascara now and you can see the difference. It makes a really big difference in the look. And you can see how nice and glowy and shiny my face is, but it's a healthy glow. It's not an oily glow. There's a very big difference. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna use this, this is the Rimmel Lasting Finish 1000 Kisses Stay On Lip Contouring Pencil in the color Tiramisu, or Tiramisu, yeah. Tiramisu. I'm just going to line my lips and fill them in, and that's the only thing that I'm going to use today. I'm looking for something that's, you know, pretty neutral. And this is such a creamy pencil. I don't like that word. It's very, you know, easy to color in with. Start at the center of the lip and then connect. You see her ball. And that's my look, guys. That's all I'm going to be doing. So, yeah, my hair is up in a ponytail, but this is my look. And I hope that you enjoyed watching me do my makeup. Get a nice, pretty, glowy look. Of course, you're going to see wrinkles and you're going to see those things. I'm going on 49. I mean, you know, I'm going to be hitting up 50 really soon, guys. But anyway, I did enjoy getting my makeup done. I really like the look and I like the way that it turned out. I think that, you know, the matte eye looks really nice since you're going so glowy with the face. It gives you just, you know, it's a little more balanced in my opinion, but I just really enjoy it. And you can slide that lip pencil into your purse and take it with you, and it's not going to be hardly anything. Guys, I hope that you enjoyed watching. I hope that you enjoyed seeing how I achieve a nice healthy glow when I do my foundation and my concealing and all those other good things. So yeah, guys, this is going to be the end of my video. I hope that you enjoyed watching. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up and definitely subscribe if you haven't already. I love you guys, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.